Hi and welcome back to the channel. I've got a lot of stuff just before the reindeer should hit the roof, and so I thought I'd do another haul video for the end of the year. There's nothing to say that I'm not going to get something in the mail between now and New Year's, but there's enough here to do a haul with, and it's kind of interesting as well, so I thought I would throw it into a video. By the way, happy holidays. Hope everything is going nicely for you. Stay safe, and I hope that you're having a good one. So anyway, on with the first one. So we're going with Jack Hill's classic Spider Baby. Got this one. It's an Arrow video, so it's good quality. I like Arrow. Spider Baby's a weird film. It's the only movie I know where Lon Chaney Jr. sings, and it's at that time in his career, later in his life, when he was on the grog a bit. He was an alcoholic, and it shows in his face. But Spider Baby's an incredibly weird movie, and weird in the most wonderful way possible. I mean, the cast is good, but apart from Lon Chaney Jr., you've got Sid Haig in there as well. And there's a commentary track with the director Jack Hill and Sid Haig on there. It's got a whole bunch of extra stuff in there, so it's you can see, it's a Blu-ray edition. It's an English Blu-ray edition. You get the movie there, and you also get it on DVD as well as Blu-ray, which I kind of like because occasionally discs do glitch, and it's horrible when a movie you really like glitches. And so having both formats is just that little bit of redundancy that I really appreciate. I haven't watched this yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a crazy film. If you haven't seen it and you can't afford this wonderful edition here, I believe it is on Tubi, and if not, it's on Amazon Prime. It's on one of those kind of platforms. Nice cover art too. I really like it. It's got a kind of sketchy, kind of B-grade movie fanzine kind of look to it, which I really appreciate. And Arrow always give us a quality product. I like the way they give us left field stuff that's slightly weird and slightly unusual, and it's stuff that people who are film buffs, particularly B and exploitation film buffs, can really appreciate. So I got that from Zavi, and I really like it, so we'll put that to one side. Then we move on to the other movie I got at the same time. I got a 2-for-1 deal, and it is a film I really liked when it came out originally in the 1980s. A lot of people will remember this movie from VHS days. It is Vamp, starring Grace Jones, Chris Makepeace, Dee Pfeiffer, Robert Russell, and Giddy Watanabe. Yeah, this one is just so 1980s. It's wild. A bunch of young guys go to a nightclub which is run by Grace Jones' titular vampire. And I use titular advisedly because she's got some Keith Haring body paint and other things on, which is really off the wall, crazy and good. Really interesting film. I haven't watched this one for a very long time, but I remember enjoying it when I did watch it. It is very much a 1980s film in so many different ways, but yeah, it's beautiful VHS era grindhouse kind of stuff, and if you haven't seen it, you really should. Let's see what extras we get. There's a brand new documentary with interviews with the director Richard Wenk, the DP Elliot Davis, stars Robert Russell, Dee Pfeiffer, Giddy Watanabe. Behind the scenes rehearsals, a blooper reel, Richard Wenk's short film Dracula Bites the Big Apple, some TV spots, and a reversible sleeve. I like this one because you've got that as a choice for your cover art, but if you open it up and flip the sucker around, you've also got the original artwork from the VHS tape. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to keep this one because I like the artwork this way around, and it kind of works for me to have it in that format. You also get some promotional stuff here. There's a booklet about the movie with an essay in it, which is always very cool to have. These Grace Jones looking very vampiric. Yeah, it really does work. And also there's a little card there for some of the other movies that Arrow have put out, including the Swinging Cheerleaders. Wonder if I should get a copy of that. That might be a bit of fun. But there's so many good things on here. Blood Feast is there. Bloodbath. Let's have a look. La Grande Bouffe, which is a movie you've got to see if you haven't. Hired to Kill. Let's see what else we've got. The Zero Boys, Blood Rage, Stray Cat, Boogie of Got, Day of Anger, Society, which I did on the Projection Booth podcast with Mike White, which was a lot of fun to watch and is a deeply disturbed movie. So yeah, you do get a few extras there. Always appreciate getting a booklet, even though I often don't read them, but that's the way it works sometimes. This one's just got the Blu-ray itself, which is okay. And yeah, I'm going to look forward to watching Vamp. I probably will do it over the holiday season. I want to knock off a lot of these movies that I've got in this haul over the Christmas New Year break, and just kind of sit down, eat leftover food from tomorrow, and which is, by the way, tomorrow's Christmas Day. So yeah, all the leftover food that we've now got sitting in our fridge and is not yet leftovers, going to enjoy those. So yeah, Vamp is a cool movie. I'm going to leave that to last. The next one I've got, because I like the stars and I like the director, but I don't know too much about it. It is by Indicator, who always put out a quality product. Eve, starring Jean Moreau, Stanley Baker, and directed by Joseph Losey. Now this one I don't know much about. I know it's in black and white, and in it Stanley Baker plays a Welsh writer who is gets in deeper than he expects with a woman played by Jean Moreau. It's got a good supporting cast: Verna Lisi, James Villiers, Lisa Gastoni. Score by Michel Legrand. That's going to be good. Let's have a look here. High definition remaster of the alternative, The Devil's Woman. So there's two alternative versions there. A ton of extras, as you can see there. Again, it's one I haven't seen yet. I'm going to maybe leave this one till the new year. So if I like it, it can be in my first views of 2021. There's the booklet, and again you get a whole bunch of stills from the movie and also an essay, and Joseph Losey interviewed. There's Stanley Baker, an actor I really like a lot. I like so much of the work that he did during his career. There's Jean Moreau. Yeah, this one is one I'm looking forward to, but again I'm going to hold off until the new year for this one, but it can be in my 2021 list. Again, like a lot of the Indicator and Arrow things, it has a reversible cover, which is nice. If you get sick of the old one, you can always try the new one. And there's the other one, which is very much a very 1960s kind of cover. I think this movie was from 1959. It's very much got a period style about it, but that version's kind of cool as well, with Jean Moreau in bed, which is never a bad thing, because I've got warm feelings for Jean Moreau as an actor. But yeah, Indicator just put out a quality product all the time. They're one of the better distribution companies for films that maybe don't get enough love. Next up, I've got another Indicator release, which was recommended to me, I think, by Brian Saar. May not have been, but I think it is. And it is Psyche 59, starring Patricia Neal, Kurt Jurgens, Samantha Egger, Ian Bannon, directed by Alexander Singer. Again, it's one that I know is a kind of psychological thriller, but I don't know terrible much about it. I've seen a couple of stills from it, and I've taken a quick peek at the booklet that we get it with this, but I haven't really dived into it. And I like Patricia Neal as an actress. I like Kurt Jurgens, who's always got that kind of creepy, dramatic look about him. Samantha Egger, Ian Bannon, quality is definitely there. Let's have a look at the back. The screen prowls a lonely place where lust hides. I'm going to watch a movie based on that alone. Let's see what we've got. There's some documentary. There's an interview with Samantha Egger recalling her work on the movie. There's an essay about the score, and a whole bunch of other extras there. It's a limited edition of 3,000 copies. I wonder if it's got a number on it saying which copy I got here. It's not on the cover, but we'll have a look inside and see what we've got. Again, there's the wonderful Indicator booklet with stills from it and a couple of essays, which is never a bad thing. Let's see, is there anything on the inside that says about it? Again, you've got the reversible cover. That's kind of a cool cover. I like that one. I think that's really an interesting way of doing it. It says it was 3,000, but I don't have a numbering system on here, which is a bit of a shame, but you know how it goes. Nonetheless, I have got the movie, and I'm looking forward to enjoying that. May well keep it for next year as well, because there's one I haven't seen. and I will let you know how it goes with that. I may well review them. But again, Indicator, fantastic company, beautiful product. They always add value to the movie that you get from them, and I'm kind of happy to have that one too. This one I got because I wanted one of the 4 movies in the set. Now, the others I can take or leave, but this one I wanted for one specific movie. It's a 4-disc set, 20th Century Fox Studio Classics. It has The Alligator People, The Fly, House of the Damned, which I haven't seen and don't know anything about, and The Cabinet of Caligari. Now, this isn't the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. This isn't your silent movie version. This is the one with Dan O'Herlihy and Glynis Johns in it from the early 1960s, with a script by Robert Bloch. Now, I want to get a copy of that one because I've seen it a number of times. I've also got the debut movie poster for it, which is very cool. And it's a movie that I find an interesting big picture. It's got some nice twists and turns, a lot of psychological horror, and you don't know till right at the end what exactly is happening. So, yeah, there's the back of it, The Alligator People, which is a 1950s horror film, Cabinet of Caligari, The Fly. I've got the box set of The Fly, so whether I have that one in here or not is really neither here nor there. And this one, House of the Damned, 1963, a romantic getaway turns into a hellish nightmare in the suspense-filled thriller about a group of ghoulish circus performers and their unwitting victims. Yeah, I'm up for that. Absolutely. Now, if we open it up, we've got the case there and the discs here. There's some 20th Century Fox bump with a few other movies that they've released, some of which are better than others. There's that there. There's a Fly. Interesting thing is, it's a double-sided disc with the 2 movies, House of the Damned and The Cabinet of Caligari on it. This is something I've only ever seen Americans do, and it was done back in the day, and it pisses me off where you've got one movie, side B's got the widescreen version, and side A has the full screen version. I'm not sure why they bothered doing that, but it's a bit weird. And the same for House of the Damned. So yeah, I got this specifically for the Cabinet of Caligari, which I saw when I was a kid, and it really messed me up. I always like going back to movies that messed me up when I was a kid. The Hypnotic Eye is another one. I really should try to find a copy of the Hypnotic Eye, which has got a start to it which is really mind-blowingly crazy. But yeah, that one I think I paid maybe 30 or 40 bucks Australian for, but it was worth it just for the Cabinet of Caligari, which I'm going to revisit in the new year. Then I got some things I acquired locally. They're not overseas editions the way the rest of these are. That last one was American. I spoke about this movie when I did my 4 prison movies and realised I didn't have a copy of it, so I acquired a copy on eBay. It is the Australian edition of Freeway with Reese Witherspoon, Kiefer Sutherland and Brooke Shields. Not going to talk much about this, apart from saying it's a wonderful film, but I know Sally wants to watch this one because she hasn't seen it, and it's, for me, Reese Witherspoon's best role. Gonna link to the prison video that I did a few videos ago, so you can see what I had to say about Freeway. This one's pretty bare bones. It was released by no company that I know. It's basically the story of Little Red Riding Hood done in a modern context, and it's crazy fun. There was a bit of bubble wrap in there for some reason, but there's the disc. It's pretty bare bones. Force Entertainment did it. I'm not sure of the quality of it yet, but it's usually pretty okay. It's R-rated here in Australia, so it was the highest rating of censorship here in Australia when it came out. I think this one might have come out about 10 years ago on DVD, but it's worth having, and I'm glad I finally picked up a copy of it. So there's that. While I was doing my unsuccessful 24-hour movie marathon, and I'll post a link to that here because I've just figured out how to do that, I decided to go with another Cecil B. DeMille movie after watching Samson and Delilah. And so I went for a pre-code movie before the Hays Code and the censorship came in, and movies were a little bit more racy, and so I went for Sign of the Cross with Frederick March, Alyssa Landy, Claudette Colbert and Charles Lawton. Usual kind of biblical stuff. This one's from the 1930s. It's got a little bit of nudity in it, which is always a plus in a movie for me. But this one I haven't actually seen, so I thought I'd pick up a copy of it. Who was this released by? Let's see which company. Bounty Classics, which was a company that was around for a while here in Australia, putting out wild and random things. I'm not sure about the quality of it, but we'll see how it goes. In wonderful black and white. Christians versus lions and monkeys by the look of it as well. Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch that one because I'm very interested in pre-code movies and the way Hollywood was heading before all of the fundamentalist people and all of the wowsers got in and totally ruined the industry for a number of years. Well, not totally ruined, but infantilized the movie industry in America for a lot of years. So The Sign of the Cross, it's good for me as a fan of historical movies and also as a fan of movie history to have a copy of this one. Cecil B. DeMille did all this pious stuff with lots of biblical epics, but it was just an excuse to show women scantily clad with a justification that would allow them to pass through the censorship later on. But The Sign of the Cross I'm looking forward to, and yeah, I may well watch that one before the end of the year. Then I got a couple of cheapos which were a bit of fun. The first one is the sequel to a movie that was crowdsourced, the funding for it, and had some association here with Australia, and it is a sequel to Iron Sky, the Coming Race. Now, it's the usual thing, Nazis on the moon, dinosaurs, Udo Kier, anything with those three things in it, you're really going to enjoy. Let's see, the camera's showing a little bit on there. Let me hold it a little bit at an angle. Yeah, the Iron Sky, it's over the top, crazy fun. The back, has it got any extras on it? No, doesn't have it. 92 minutes, so it's not going to outstay its welcome. 20 years after the events of Iron Sky, the former Nazi moon base has become the last refuge of mankind. I mean, for just for that. Again, it's just the bare bones disc in there, nothing much to talk about. But you got Nazis, you got dinosaurs, you got Udo Kier. Always great fun. So, looking forward to that. I picked that up for like $15. So, even if it's not as much fun as I expect it to be, I'm going to enjoy watching it. So, there we go. Then there's this one, which was a Chinese-made film, starring a couple of famous actors who are, well, they've racked up a few birthdays. It's a swashbuckling action film, a little bit steampunky in places by the look of it. And it is The Iron Mask with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Charles Dance, and Jackie Chan. Yeah, that one's going to be fun to watch. Arnold with a great big mustache and playing a period character, which is not usually his oeuvre. But yeah, it's got a Chinese dragon in the background, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jackie Chan. Again, it's a pretty bare bones one. It says fast-moving, breathtaking fun, a must-see. Directed by Oleg Stepchenko, which means it's got some Russian involvement there. And from the look of it, it may well also have a bit of Chinese money. One of those international deals that are becoming more and more popular these days. Nothing much in the box apart from the disc, but I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be popcorn movie watching for me. And whether it's good or not, I should at least get some entertainment value out of it. Let me know if you've seen that, because I'll be interested to see what people think of it. So the last one is actually a TV series, and I've got to get some stuff out of this before I show it to you. An Australian TV series made in Adelaide on a crazily low budget, but it's retro fun. If you haven't seen this, you really should check it out. Danger 5, the complete series, seasons 1 and 2, made on a budget that's crazy low. This season 1, this season 2. Basically, it's a bunch of 1960s kind of space age secret agents whose mission every single time they go out is to kill Hitler. It's got some really basic model work, but they make it work. It's silly fun. It's really weird and wonderful. You kind of got to lean into it and just enjoy it, because it was shown originally here in Australia on SBS, and it looks good. And the episodes are half an hour each, so you're not really going to waste your time. But you also get this, a postcard collection of, it says art cards, but they're actually more like postcards. There's Hitler with his boyfriend. This shows you the kind of stuff you're going to get in there. So you got the Hitler with his boyfriend card, which is always a bit of fun. Get one of the heroes with a horse for some reason, which is cool. A mock magazine cover showing some of the characters there. I was a plaything for the Devil's Kittens of Hitler's Lust Dungeon. So they very much know the kind of stuff that they're doing there. Here's a very 1970s style look at one of the characters as well. Again, another 1970s one. It's Time to Celebrate with two of the characters there, which is cool. Sensible Chuckle, which is one of the references to one of the episodes, and Semi Mojo Greatest Hits. So they've got 8 people in this series as well. It's really hard to describe Danger 5 to people who haven't seen it, but just know that there are a whole bunch of secret agents sent out on a mission, and the mission is always to kill Hitler. Never quite succeed, but that is the lot of them. That is my haul for late 2020, a year which will live in infamy. By the way, Danger 5 was released by one of my favourite Australian release companies, Madman Films, who do a lot of good work as well. Really like this one a lot. I'm going to have to dip into it and just enjoy the episodes. So anyway, that's it for this time around. Let me put my wonderfully hand-drawn thing back there in the centre. So thank you very much for supporting the channel during the year, and thank you very much for watching. It's been fun. It's been tough at times because of lockdowns and all of the changes we've all been going through, and good on us for surviving it. We got through this, fortunately. We persevered. It's changed us. It's probably scarred us, but we watched some really good movies as well, so that's never a bad thing. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. As always, watch good movies, watch bad movies, watch good TV, watch bad TV. Season 5 of The Expanse is out, so you're lucky there as well. And I will catch you next time.